Okay, so I thought it'd be really neat if after each past life regression session I do, assuming I get permission, that I can kind of share the story of what happened. I think it'll be a really neat way to kind of keep track of things. And yeah, I just think it'll be really, really interesting. Okay, so I did my first past life regression practice session a few days ago. And the woman that was with me, what her thing was that she wanted to focus on. So you always want to have something that you're bringing that you want to focus on. You don't just want to leave it up to like whatever. So she had in her, one of her breasts was like this bump that was like protruding out. She'd been to the doctor. She's gotten it all checked out. It's not something that she really needs to worry about, but like she didn't want this bump like coming out. And she did say it had been a little sore. So it was bothering her, but she did do all like the medical stuff to make sure, there wasn't something else. But like I need to say that. So anyway, she wanted to know like why, is this related to a past life? So we regressed back. She is someone maybe like you that likes to control the situation a little bit. Which I think made it a little harder for her to get like deep into hypnosis. So I was able to get her in that state, but she was definitely not deep in that state. So when we went to like her childhood memory, she really wasn't sure exactly what she was seeing or where she was. She was able to figure out like she was playing softball and she realized she was a leader on the team. And then when we kind of came above that, what she realized is why were they showing her this memory? They were showing it to her to show her she's been a leader multiple times before. She's done this before. She's even done this in her own childhood. When she was little, she was already leading. So that's why that came up. Then we regressed further back to when she was 2. She couldn't grasp on to any neutral or happy memories when she was 2. She did have kind of a tumultuous childhood. So I think part of her, I think it was twofold. I think one, her human, like her ego, didn't want to open any unconscious memories. And I also think she felt like she didn't have happy memories to unlock. So, which is totally fine. We just left that being 2. You don't need to get like something every step of the way. Then when we went to when she was in her mother's womb, that's the next step. Again, she really wasn't feeling a lot. She did tell me afterwards. She did say something that she felt like she didn't want to be born, which is something that does come up, can come up a lot. It seems, especially when you have like a really big mission for this lifetime, because you know how big it is and that can be scary. She also said that there was a lot of fighting between her parents. We talked about that after that. That's also another reason she felt like she didn't want to be born, because there was like a lot of fighting that she could tell was happening in her environment. But again, not a lot came from that. So we just left the womb space. And then we went to a past life. It took a little while for her to get something from the past life, so we went a little deeper. We asked a few questions. I did also, she had headphones on and there was something weird with the sound, so I kind of had to like wake her out of it a little bit to shut her headphones off, which probably didn't help with getting staying deeper in it. So my next sessions, I'm gonna like sound check if we're doing it virtual, to make sure something like that doesn't happen. You live and you learn. Anyway, we get into her past life and she realizes that she is a monk, and she is on this path of enlightenment. She's leaving her family to go to the monastery, and she's not like upset about it. This is just what she's meant to do. She was supposed to deliver someone a message, ended up being in the woods, I think, and dying while she was there. We didn't really connect in. Sometimes you'll connect in with the body a lot and how it feels to leave the body. She wasn't deep enough in her hypnosis she never felt like she was the person. So the deeper you get, you might feel like you are that person. And I would be like saying your name like your past life person's name, because that is a question we ask and try to get that. She never felt like she was that person. It's more like she was watching it from above. This is also a person, the woman I was working with does do a lot of spiritual work and connection with spirit already. So I think it was a little bit of her wanting to control things, but also she's, it feels safe for her to connect in the way she normally does, which is like hearing the thoughts kind of in her head, is kind of what happened. Don't mind, my heater just popped on. Anyway, we find out she's on this path of enlightenment. Once we leave that past life, we ask like her higher self and her guides, like, why is this showing up? Basically what was happening is that she's done this many times, the path to enlightenment, so that was coming up for her, so she would know, like, she's again doing it in this lifetime, except this lifetime it's meant to be different. In past lifetimes, many times she has sacrificed herself, as many of us probably have. She's sacrificed herself in some aspect, and she's also like tried to really control things, control the outcome of things, and honestly not have fun with it. So her guides were saying to her, like, you're meant to have fun in this lifetime. You're meant to, yes, the path of enlightenment is you're walking that path again, but you are meant to have fun, and you're meant to not sacrifice yourself. And basically